Hello, in this video, we talk about the difference between data frames and Tibble in R. So we know data frames are the most common type of data objects we will use in R data analysis, and Tibble can be seen as a modern type of data frame, and it belongs to the Tibbles data package, the POC package. So if you want to use tidy type data analysis, then you can use Tibble. And actually, data frame and Tibble are very similar. They both are tabular, like a tabular spreadsheet from Excel, where the rows, each row are one observation or one example, and each column are data variable. And they have some main difference where the tables don't convert data types automatically. For example, if you want to create a data frame, so the R will transform the string variable to factor by default. So if you want to prevent this conversion, you have to set string as factors equals false in this argument. And because, for example, the variable for name, if you have 100 different names, then R will transform 100 name as 100 factor value. So this is not wanted. And Tibble does not make this transformation automatically. And another, you can see the small difference is that subsetting of a table usually will return a table. But if you want to subset a data frame, it will depend on how many columns of a data frame in the resulting object. For example, if there are only one column, then the result will be a vector. If there are two columns, the result will be a data frame. And the third difference is that Tibble creation of variables is sequential. So in one statement, you can add variables by sequence. Then the third, for example, the third variable can be based on the first two variables in just one statement. So next we will show how to do this analysis in rstudio. So we go to rstudio, and first we will load Tibbles, library Tibbles, but you have to install this package first. So to load it, and if you want to load individual package, for example, you can load dplyr is also possible. So you can use other commands in this example. So next we can create a table. So my table is table. The first column is X with 1 to 4 elements, and the second column including 4 string or character type of value. We show this table. So you can see the table, the showing of a table will show how many rows and how many columns, and also the variable type. So here X is integer value, Y is character type. So if you want to show in data frame, you have to use another command like str of a data frame to show this kind of information. So Tibble is quite concise. Then you can see the conversion of data frame to Tibble. So if you want to create a Tibble from data frame, so for example, this is a data frame we created called mydf. So we show this mydf. So you can see the data frame does not show the variable type and does not show how many rows and columns by default. So this is the data frame. Then you can create a table by using stibble function of this data frame. So we show this is a table 4 rows, 2 columns, and 2 columns with variable type. So next we will show how Tibble is different from data frame by converting variable type by default. Let's say we also create a data frame with 2 columns. This is the integer value. This is string. Then we show the str of mydf so this is a character, and we can use class mydfy, for example. This is a character. Sorry. Because I have used R version 4, so from R version 4, the data frame will not be automatically changed for the character level. So this is why we see here is character, but not a factor. But if you use the R version before, for example 3.5, then R will transform to factor level. But usually, so for data frame, for security use, so you can just set a string as false so string to factor as false in creation of a data frame. But in Tibble, you can just do it without setting string as factor false. So we show in the data frame, in the table, now the same. But if you want to create a factor variable for the table, so you can use a factor before this C function in creation of a table. So here we use a table, the first variable 1, 2, 4, and the second variable is a factor type of this character. Then you can see now it's a factor, right? So if you use str for my table, here is a factor with 4 levels. Next, we will use a data frame called Star Wars. And we show this data frame. So this is a table. So from a new version of R, they also should always show table. So this is 87 by 14 variable, 87 rows, 14 variable. So we can set, for example, as data frame Star Wars. So we use my df is the result of as data frame of Star Wars. So my df issue str for this data frame because they are very much variable. (87) observation and 14 variables. But this is not very important. We can subsetting, for example, with first column. So you can see the result of this first column of a data frame by subsetting the first column we using comma, then 1. The result is a vector. This is a vector. If we, on the contrary, we subset a table with this type of subsetting with 1 for the column, then the result is a table. It's a table, right? Result is a table. But if you want to return a vector of this table, you can use double brackets. So the result is a vector. And if you use this kind of, it's also a vector. You will use dollars with name of the variable. And next we will show, for example, if you want to create a table with 3 variables, you can set the new variable in the last, which is the multiplication of first 2 variables. So the R will create this new variable on the fly, because this is sequential creation of the variable. And you can see there are 3 columns, and with both, all with a double type of value, 3 by 3 table. Thanks for watching.